Hello, I'm Pastor Jeff from Lutheran Church of the Resurrection here in Marion, Iowa. Thanks for joining me for my devotional Lenten time together. So, we're going through the Gospel of Luke and then Acts of the Apostles as kind of a Lenten discipline. And today we find ourselves in day 16. It's Thursday, March 4th. And we actually have two chapters of Luke. It's a long reading for today. It's Luke 16 and Luke 17. And I want you to pay particular attention as you're going through this time, how the audience shifts. So remember, yesterday we talked about how Jesus was with the tax collectors and the sinners, and then it was the Pharisees and the scribes. Now today in Luke 16, it begins with, "Then Jesus said to the disciples." So now the audience is going to shift to those who are followers of Jesus. And the audience is going to shift again as we continue on in our reading today to once again take us to the Pharisees. And so pay attention as Luke is telling us the story of Jesus, who it is that Jesus is addressing. Well, this first parable in 16, if you found yourself that you didn't like it, you're not alone. Nobody likes this parable. Nobody can understand this parable. What is Jesus saying? That we're supposed to be shrewd and dishonest? There's been a lot of ink spilled on trying to understand this parable. And I think maybe the best way is to think about it in this way. It seems to me that Jesus might be saying, when it comes to worldly things, when it comes to saving our own skin, think of how shrewd human beings can be. Think of how resourceful, even if it's in a negative light, human beings can be. And it seems that maybe Jesus is saying, maybe we should take our participation in the kingdom of God just as seriously. That we should be resourceful and albeit shrewd, not in a negative way, but in being very purposeful about how it is we live out our lives in the kingdom of God. Well, the Pharisees are ridiculing Jesus. And so then Jesus tells another parable. And this is another parable that some people don't like, but it's really such a beautiful parable that's only again in Luke's gospel. It's about the rich man and Lazarus. And what I think is interesting here is Luke is once again trying to combine the fact that our faith needs to be lived out. It needs to be not just something that we say. It's not just an intellectual assent to a theological proposition, but it needs to be lived out in lives that reflect what it is the words that we embrace actually say. So here we're told about these two people, Lazarus, who's given a name, and a rich man, whose name we never know. It seems as if the rich man has everything, and Lazarus has nothing. But here we have this great reversal, where we are shown once again that the gulf, the chasm between the two, really doesn't have to do with poverty and wealth as much as it does with the rich man never noticing Lazarus, never putting his faith in action to love neighbor. Because did you notice that Lazarus is at his door? So the rich man must have literally walked over Lazarus every day. And in fact, in the world to come, and it's not a blueprint for heaven, but in the world to come, he knows Lazarus' name. And yet, seemingly in life, he never paid attention to him. Let's think about how it is we put our faith into action this day. God bless you.